Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out to see us tonight. I'm Chanel Bam, and my topic is very, very big, which is wildlife photography. And so I chose to narrow it down to how animals reflect in the human world. And this guy came up to me this week and said that I have a lion aura around me. And I was so shocked to hear this because I never thought a Canadian like me would have a South African animal in her. But I'd always thought I'd be a wolf or an owl or some northern hemisphere animal. And when I heard this, an emotion called pride rose inside me. And that connection, it's not fake, it's really there. The connection between humans and animals. We as humans, we think that we are different from animals, but we're not. We're just a different species, a different type, a different model. Better, some people may say. But we all connect on that level. We don't have to connect through words, we don't have to connect through speech. We connect spiritually and through the mind. And that's what I find so fascinating about animals. They can just listen to your heart, they can listen to your soul, and they completely understand you. And for my presentation, I'm going to show you all of my pictures. Some of them are good, most of them are bad. Really bad. But that's because I'm learning and I'm very willful to learn about this subject. My challenges with wildlife photography is definitely the subject matter. That is the #1 challenge, is to get them when they're right there, but then they move. And then you're just like, oh, come on. Then you have to change your settings, and then you have to chase after it. Like in this picture, it's at the lion farm that my cousin has, and I brought Zoe with me. So while I was trying to take pictures of them, she was protecting me from not being bitten by the cubs. But she didn't do a very good job, because I got a really big chunk out of my hip just nomming on my side while I'm looking this way. Oh, those cubs, they were so cute. Even though their teeth are quite sharp, even when young, and they have that instinct where they just have to bite everything, they have to run after everything they see. Another challenge is definitely when your subject matter is too far away from you. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's a water buffalo just chilling there. Right there. At first I was like, well, that's an odd rock. And then I was like, oh, it's an animal. And I obviously couldn't run back to my bag, change the lens, and get closer because it's too dangerous. Another challenge is when they are too fast. And you just miss them by a second. You can watch them for 10 minutes straight. They don't move. When you get your camera out, when you click that button halfway down, they're gone. They're out of sight, you cannot find them again, and it's just like, why? But sometimes you get lucky and you get to get a cute picture like that. Even though it's not perfect, it's not completely in focus, but I still think it's a good one. I mean, pictures say 1,000 words, and when you look into the eyes of someone, that says even more. And that's why I really enjoy this photo. And I'm glad it didn't move at that second. He's so cute. Street. That's the one that bit me. Sometimes, even though I'm a learning photographer, I get the thumb in the way. That's not my thumb though, I'm not quite sure what that is. But some things get in your way, and that's just another struggle you'll have to deal with. You can have the best picture, but then there's one little thing in the way. And then the next one is just, things just don't go right with your camera. Things can just change settings automatically. I actually tried my best to get this photo clear, and it just didn't happen. Number one, it was far away. Number two, it was really dark, and I didn't have a tripod, so I was moving and shaking. But I quite enjoy this picture because it's very abstract, and I like to look at the abstract things of anything just to make it look good. I don't know if you guys know, but it's a water buffalo. Enjoying being up here. Another challenge that I faced with this project is procrastination. But of course everyone procrastinates, but in my case, I would say it's good because you can't stare at a photo for 9 months and do that as a project. You have to give yourself space and time to think and let your subconscious do the work. You know? That's just, you can't put all the stress on your conscious. But everyone procrastinates, so it's okay, it's fine. But when it came down to writing those 10,000 words, procrastination's not your friend. I mean, it's really not your friend. But luckily for me, photography is definitely my passion. So writing 10,000 words was not difficult. I got at least 1,000 words done in a day. And with this grade 12 project, they said we must challenge ourselves to try something new. But I can't imagine writing 10,000 words on something I'm not interested in, like exercise. Oh yes, I was running north, I was running south. Fabulous. No, you can't write a thesis on that. One of the biggest challenges, though, to actually be taking the pictures was at the Kruger trip. And I took Zoe to the Kruger trip. And I was just watching her sitting there with her computer, trying to type, but she couldn't because we got stuck on a road we were not supposed to be on. A road an RV could not possibly drive on. So we got stuck in the mud. And of course you're not allowed to get out because there's animals out there. There's no cell reception, but we had to get out. So eventually we got out, and then in front of us was like a big dip. It was a big dip, so we had to turn around and go through the same mud we got stuck in. But luckily we didn't get stuck again. But on our way to the camp, we were so tired of being stuck, we had a flat tire. And we were stuck on the side of the road for another 3 hours. In the heat, in March, in the Kruger. It was hot. We could not use the air conditioning because we didn't want to waste the battery. And we spent hours upon hours trying to tell people to go get help. But people don't listen. So we were stranded there for a really long time. But luckily I took the opportunity to be a photographer, sit there, and be patient. So I sat there, and I waited for some animal to walk past that I could photograph. Nothing walked past for 4 hours. But then I thought, oh wait, there's butterflies. So I tried my very best, but they just moved too fast. But luckily, with this picture, I don't know, you probably can't see, but right there is a stick bug. And I just find that so cool. I didn't even see that until I was looking at them a few months later. I was like, whoa. So yeah, those are the challenges of being a wildlife photographer with an RV that doesn't work. But what I've learned about this project is definitely patience, and definitely you have to trust yourself with a camera. As well as I found my morals with photography. Yes, people take pictures here and there, but you're not a photographer, you're just like a parent that takes a picture of your son or your daughter, or you see something pretty, you take a picture of it. That's kind of just a hobby. It's not the profession. So what I found is that I can like my art, like that water buffalo abstract stuff. I like that, I quite enjoy that. But others may think, no, you're just a crappy photographer. But what if I tried very hard to get it like that? Then it's a good photo. Maybe, perhaps. My other immoral with photography is I don't edit my pictures. Because I feel it ruins the beauty of what once was and what is. And it still is because you've frozen it in time. And that's something that I find so amazing, that you can click a button and you've frozen a moment forever, unless you lose your memory card and then it's gone forever, but you still got it. And pictures are there to remind you of the past. It could help you get over something, it could help you be happy in a sad moment. Pictures are literally everywhere. They're used for learning, they're used for, you know, your parents embarrassing you in front of people. You know, with your baby naked pictures. I don't have any, don't worry. And I find this picture amazing because it's just so cute. This thing is so me. It's just hiding behind a bush like, I want to be noticed, but I also don't want to be noticed. So hi. Bye. And this is what I'm talking about with an edited picture. I don't know how to edit, so this is a really, really bad edit. So I want to show you the difference between edited and the real picture. That's not a good picture, but I just had to edit something. In a way, it's a good picture. You can fix it by lessening the brightness, toning it up, and contrasting it, and all that Photoshop stuff. But it's not real. It's not what was there. And that's just not me. And with photography, you have to have a certain amount of luck. And you have to have a certain amount of skill. But you also have to have the correct equipment. If you have a cell phone camera and you want to do some hectic wildlife photography. What if your camera of your phone falls into the puddle? Then you have nothing. So you need a real camera that has the protection of water, of mud, of anything. And that's what I find really interesting. Imagine in the savannah, you can slap some mud on you, slap some mud on your camera, and then you just blend in. There's no danger of being eaten or, okay, there's a danger of being trampled on, but that's your own fault. So yes, you need the right equipment. For that example that I just gave, you would need sandbags to hold your camera still so that blurry abstract photo that I showed you doesn't happen. And yeah, another thing I've learned about photography is that it's me. I am photography. Photography is me. I love capturing moments. I love looking back to the past and wondering what the future might be. I love comparing pictures of the past and present. It's just, it brings back memories that you thought you've lost, but they're not lost if you have an image to remind you of the great times you've had, or the bad times you've had, but you've learned from them, hopefully. And that's basically my journey with photography. It's become a part of me. When I see something that's beautiful, I want to stop. I look, get my camera out, and I photograph it to the best of my abilities. Yes, I'm still learning, but I am so excited to learn more, to learn all the techniques, all the strategies they have, to really get to know my camera as best as I can. And I'm really looking forward to working with my challenges, because there's obviously going to be so many challenges, because I want to pursue this as a career. So this project has allowed me to really be 100% that this is what I want to do. This is how I want to live. I want a lifestyle of living outside sometimes, because I like a good bath, but sometimes will be good. Sometimes could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months until you get that fabulous picture. And I'm going to wait and try and try and try again until I get that fabulous picture. I would really like to thank Brenda as my internal mentor. Even though this is my project and I pretty much wanted to do it all by myself, she was still there, supporting me, helping me with whatever I needed. I'd like to thank my dad, because he paid for the Kruger trip, and he already had all the equipment that I could use. I want to thank my mom, because she had the contact or the know-how to make the calendars I wanted to, and all of her support. And I'd like to thank my family, who could come out and see me tonight, because it was very important to me. I'd like to thank my friends for pushing me to do this. And my teachers. All my teachers, my guardians, Manel, all of them always checking up on us. How's your project going? How many words do you have? How are you feeling? And that's what Waldorf is. The teachers, they check up on you. They care about you. And that's what I really enjoy about this school as well. And just to end off, I'd like to say something that I like to remind myself of every day. Firstly, if you do not go after what you want, you will not have it. If you do not ask the answer will always be no. If you do not step forward, you will always remain in the same place. Thank you.